How's it going, everyone? My goal is simple: to beat Al Father in under 2 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. Come get bullied, you old bastard. That's a quick first phase. Let's see how quickly I can do the second phase. That damage is insane. That is crazy. This is always my favorite part of this fight. I remember the first time I landed the Mikiri counter on Al Father, I was so hyped, and it just feels good every time. No, I missed the kill shot. Ah, damn it.
Mission complete!
Look, it's no secret that From Software games are tough, and their difficulty can make these games seem inaccessible. Sekiro, for example, is a game that requires precision timing, as failing to get into a rhythm during enemy encounters can lead to some pretty frustrating deaths, and also can lead to some really long boss battles. So how do we mitigate this? With mods. We do it with mods like Sekiro the Easy. Now, this mod doesn't make you invincible, but it does dial the difficulty down considerably. You just saw me trading blows with Al Father. In the base game, I am getting killed. The moment he hits me with that firecracker slash, it's more likely chunking half of my health or 3/4 of it, and then he follows up with another quick slash to kill me. That's just how that fight normally goes. But here with this mod, the game is far more accessible, and I don't have to worry about all those really difficult punishes. If you ever fought any bosses or enemies that you felt were just a bit too relentless with their attacks and you were having a hard time building your posture back up, you don't have to worry about that here. Just hold down block and watch your posture replenish almost instantly. And you should also reciprocate that against them. Throw in a swing or two just so you can notice how quickly their posture bar is building and breaking. It's almost therapeutic, I'm telling you. If you've ever struggled in this game, playing through this mod will make you feel a lot better about all the things you did struggle through. Do you remember the fear you had when facing the Guardian Ape in its second phase for the first time, and it raised its head up to let out that terror-inducing roar? The shock that went through you as you saw that terror meter skyrocket until it reached its limit and you died. Well, fear no more, because in this mod, you don't take terror damage. The notes say no terror buildup. Alright, let's see it. Oh, this makes the fight way too easy. This might be my favorite thing in the mod because I remember the first time I got hit by that terror scream, it killed me and I didn't know what to do. And here, I can just tank it. That's amazing. I love the fact that you can just stand right in the center of its scream and do nothing if you feel like it. I mean, you really should attack though, because now that scream is considered an opening. So if you are doing a speed run, you're going to try to burn through this as quickly as possible. And you're going to notice that the damage from the Mortal Blade has been increased. So not only do you not take terror damage, but your abilities and skills like the Mortal Blade have increased damage as well, and now you're the most feared character in this game, just as the Shura ending intended. You monster. Now, every From Software veteran knows that it's not the bosses that kill you the most. It's the fall damage. Well, not here, because in Sekiro the Easy, you don't take fall damage. Well, that's not true. If you're too high up, you will incur some health loss and spawn back at the start of your jump, but from distances the game can really track, you won't take damage anymore. So if you want to continuously leap off rooftops and do superhero landings, you do you. no one is going to judge you for having a good time. So if you said to yourself, well, grinding for skills in this game can be an absolute pain because I don't feel like I'm getting enough experience as I'm progressing through the game, don't worry about that because Sekiro the Easy will reward you for your efforts. Just look at that. It just keeps going. It's beautiful. So let's talk about recommending the mod. Would I recommend this to veterans of the game? 100%. Especially if you want to feel overpowered but still trade blows with the bosses. I think that this mod is for you. I don't play HUDless in any From Software game or any Souls-like for that matter. The anxiety of not knowing my health is far too high given that in these games, death can be a significant setback. But here in this mod, I didn't fear any of the bosses. In fact, it was kind of nice feeling powerful over enemies like the Demon of Hatred or Al Father. There's a cathartic feeling seeing the amount of damage you're doing to enemies and knowing that even though the threat of death is there, it's only if you're really reckless, and as most veteran Sekiro players will tell you, you're not going to be reckless when it comes to these bosses. It's just instinctual, it's just what you know. But here, you can recover posture damage so fast that you can play reckless, and you can let loose a little. You can experiment with the different skills and prosthetics that you didn't get to because you are a new game plus 7 and you knew what was optimal. I'm serious when I say that it was really nice not having to worry about creating distance to recover posture when I could just immediately get back into a boss's space to ensure that they stayed limited in what they could do. It just really felt good. Now, of course, the challenge isn't going to be there for you, but I still believe there is value in seeing bosses that normally took hours to beat get downed in one quick attempt. It's a power fantasy, and that's something I believe that's sometimes missing in these games. For new players or those individuals who had abandoned the game due to difficulty, this mod can be looked at as an alternative way to learn the game. Think of it as a way to get acclimated to the various mechanics instead of being thrown into the fire immediately and then just learning from dying, which I know for a lot of people can be frustrating and can be a turnoff. You'll still have to work on perfectly parrying, timing your counters, all of that stuff, but the punishment for failing to do so is significantly lessened, so instead of just constantly getting one shot for making a mistake, you'll be given multiple opportunities to correct yourself. You're just going to need to remember that once the mod is turned off, death is a certainty if you're sloppy, so make sure that you take your training seriously. Now, if you just want to experience the story, you can do that as well, and I don't blame you. I think the story of Sekiro is actually really well done. A lot of really connected information here. There are multiple endings in this game, and the hidden ones do require a bit of work to achieve. I can only imagine the frustrations faced by individuals who got absolutely rocked by the hidden serpent multiple times as they were trying to get behind him so that they could get an item that would help them achieve one of the many hidden endings. In the base game, getting hit by the serpent is probably a one-shot for players who weren't keen on facing mini-bosses for prayer beads, but in this mod, you can survive and can make multiple attempts. Mods like Sekiro the Easy make difficult games manageable. It makes them accessible, and like I said, it's pretty cathartic beating the absolute shit out of bosses that may or may not have given you hell in the base game or any of the harder mods. I'm still mentally preparing for my run in Long May the Shadows Reflect, and I'm probably going to try out every other mod before I even think about diving back into that one. Hell, I might try to double the enemies in a randomizer run before I jump into that nightmare. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's wrap things up. Did I have a good time playing through this mod? Hell yes. Surprisingly, I thoroughly enjoyed this because almost every other mod that's been created for Sekiro just kind of changes the gameplay and makes it harder. And while I enjoy challenging games, I'll admit that it's a lot of fun going blow for blow with difficult bosses like the Demon of Hatred. Every hit I took should have killed me, but it didn't, so who cares? Alright, we're gonna do this HUDless. Oh man, this is either gonna be really good or really bad, but I'm fairly confident with all this attack power I got, so let's do it. My man is just hitting them shots. I love it. first phase down already. I'm telling you, this just feels amazing. Playing a little stupid and reckless, but that's fine. How is that guy still alive? That is insane. He is a monster. My man, you were probably better suited just from staying away. You would have lived longer. What are you doing? I should have put up a timer. I wonder how fast I'm going. This is so much fun. I feel like that whistle was delayed. That's weird. That bullshit push move. We are just tanking all the damage. I think he should be about done though, so maybe he's one shot? Well, I'll be damned. I think that's the fastest I've ever beaten the Demon of Hatred besides cheesing him off a cliff. Which you can still do, by the way, but I think this method is more fun. Now that I'm looking back at the footage, I think this might be the easiest mod to recommend. And I can say that for all skill levels. Like, I couldn't recommend Resurrection or other mods for players because I feel like sometimes the challenge that's there is a little bit too much to overcome. It's just a little bit too difficult. But here, I really think that anyone can play this mod and have a really good time. Especially those of us that want to get payback against a few bosses that did us dirty. And if you're a new player and you want to know what a From Software game would look like if it had a normal mode, this is kind of it. Except I think that the posture stuff would be more balanced. But you can still die in this mod. And I do think enemies will still challenge you if you're not good at the game. But this is a good way to kind of train at it. Regardless, it's a fun playthrough. And that's going to do it for this video. The next Sekiro mod video is going to be on For the Sake of Ashin. And then after that, who knows. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. And do me a favor and leave a comment on the mod I should try next. If you happen to recommend Long May the Shadows Reflect, this video is going to have to hit like 100 likes or something because I'm not going to torture myself for nothing. But whatever. If you happen to like the content, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. I am Ken from Pixelated Thoughts, and I will talk to you next time.